What's up, guys? So I'm exhausted tonight. We had a tough training session and I'm wore out. So if I come across as a little bit low energy or maybe not quite as enthusiastic as normal, then that's the reason why. But we got a question from Matt and I want to answer this question before I leave tonight. So Matt's question is about an upcoming promotion that he has. He says that he's been a blue belt for about 6 years. He's training out in San Francisco, and recently one of the black belts that he's been training with for about 3 years recently came up and put his name on a little, I guess, a list of some sort that says, hey, so-and-so is going to be up for, Matt is going to be up for his purple belt. And, they don't get stripes at this particular gym. So, this normally would be a good thing, but for Matt, it's a bad thing because of the fact that he doesn't feel like he's ready for it. He says that he's a 50-year-old guy. He's in pretty good shape, but when he trains, he feels like he gets outclassed by a lot of the people in the gym when he rolls. And when he goes against some of the bigger, stronger, younger guys, he says that, man, he has a hell of a time doing anything with them. And so he's not really sure what to do. He's like, man, I don't feel like I'm ready, but someone that knows more about this stuff, who's looking at me, says, I'm ready. What do you do? So, Matt, thanks for the question, brother, and I'll keep this one kind of short today. You're going through a situation of imposter syndrome, man. Like, you're going through that situation where you're becoming really critical of yourself. I went through this for every belt. I'll just share that with you right off the bat. Like, every single time I got promoted, I never felt ready. I was always in my own head because here's what happened. Every time I got promoted, I would look at myself, and when my coach would promote me, I would immediately start thinking about all the bad stuff that I do, all the things that I'm deficient in, all my inadequacies, all the stuff I suck at, just list, just like you did in the message. You just go down the list. All the stuff that I suck at, let me list it there and talk myself out of this and why I'm not good enough. When I'm sure there's a reason why they're going to promote you. Hell, even the fact that you've been training as a 50-year-old man for 6 years, 3 days a week. Bro, that's something to be said. 50 years old doing jiu-jitsu is not an easy thing. And then you're talking about rolling with like younger dudes. Like, man, athleticism and youth will play a role into rolling. Dude, I'm 33 years old. I'm not even an old guy, but I feel a hell of a lot different than I did when I was 25. And I roll with some of these younger cats now. And, oh, man, it's just a different world. So you have to give yourself a little bit of credit in there. You don't want to because you're being too hard on yourself. And, Jordan Peterson says this in his recent book. We're tyrants to ourselves, right? We treat ourselves, and this is my own words, not his, we treat ourselves like absolute dog shit sometimes because someone else will make a mistake and we're like, it could be the same damn mistake that we've made, but someone else made it. We're like, man, don't worry about it. Pat him on the back. Like if you had another 50-year-old man in the gym who was losing to a 25-year-old stud, you'd be like, don't worry about it, man. He's a strong young guy. It's okay. We're 50-year-old, whatever. But because you lost, you can't let it go because you're your own worst critic. And that's what it boils down to. Here's what I'll share with you. Over the years that I've been dating my girlfriend, she noticed this weird thing about me. When people would come up and say thank you, people would come up and like express some sort of generosity towards me, like for something I've done or helped them out with, or even something that I did that they thought was really impressive, right? Whenever this would happen, I did not know how to accept it because in my own head, I don't feel like it's anything special I've done because I know that everything that I've done, it feels like it's just basically been hard work, perseverance, and just a lot of basically hard work, just bust my ass. And to me, I don't feel like that's anything special, right? I was like, anything I've done, I don't really feel like it's that special. And so when someone says thank you for that, like, or that's amazing, I'm like, I don't really think so. Even like someone would see something I did in a tournament, they're like, dude, that was so cool, right? God, that was amazing. And I didn't know how to accept it. And we were at a tournament one time, and some young guy came up to me. This is, probably 2 years ago. We're at one of the tournaments. He comes up to me. He's like, dude, thank you so much. That thing that you said was so amazing and helped me out so much, blah, 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 blah. And he's saying this to me, and I don't know how to accept it. And I remember just kind of being kind of weird about it, right? Just like, whatever, not knowing what to say. And she was like, why do you do that? And I was like, why do you do what? And she's like, why do you act that way every time someone says something nice to you like that or says generosity or just something, right? And I'm like, well, because I know I'm fucked up just like everybody else, right? I was like, because someone says something nice, I'm instantly like, I'm kind of screwed up too. And she's like, yeah, but we're all kind of messed up, so why don't you just like say thank you and accept it? I looked at her like, you little 4'11" little wizard, okay. So when people come up to me now and say things, I just say, you know what? Thank you. Accept it. And that's that, right? So much easier. Right? Instead of me beating myself up every time someone else has something nice to say or anytime someone wants to do something nice for me, instead of doing that, just say thank you. And so for you, man, same thing. Take the advice of my 4'11" little woman and just say thank you and accept it. If you get promoted, if they think you're ready for it, don't get in your own head. Don't start to like talk yourself out of why you're not good enough and do that whole tyrant thing to yourself. Just be like, look, they think I'm ready. People that know way more about this stuff think I'm ready. Thank you. Accept it and just leave it be and move on and proceed. So, brother, keep training. 50 years old, that's impressive. Keep that shit up. And don't be so damn hard on yourself. Thanks for the question, Matt.